Hey everybody, so this is a Torchbearer playthrough, which is sort of like Dungeons and Dragons in Vietnam sort of vibe. We did it a while ago. It took me a while to edit, mainly because I'm lazy. But anyway, here it is. I figured I'd post it on here because of my fiasco video, which actually got pretty considerable interest, surprisingly. So this is a lot better audio quality. Just one episode. Figured you guys might like it. So here it is. Enjoy.
Okay, so you guys are going to be starting at the Inn of the Crimson Snake, east of the sort of outskirts crossroads city of Ulm, which is, if you look at your map, the square to east of the split in the river in the Martin Lands. So it is a small beacon of respite from the dark forests to the east on the outskirts of that village. And you've gathered here in the inn in preparation for venturing into that eastern wood in search of the rumored keep of Al-Rukar, a dreaded necromancer from the age of first men. You've heard rumors that this was a place of experimentation and dark worship by the wizard. Insane he was. And it's even rumored that during the solstice you can still see unearthly light shimmer through the edge of the wood. Through years of research, the young spellcaster, or magnificent magician, Galwin, has determined the location of this keep, and something far more valuable within it. The Tome of Melthor, the source of Al-Rukar's power.
I want that.
Yes, and over the past few months he has traveled the lands assembling your band of ragtag adventurers, foolish as they are, to adventure into the forest and retrieve this tome.
Man, old school. We meet at the inn.
Meet at the inn.
Are we all in a different corner?
No.
In our own shadowy corner?
It's just really awkward for a bit.
Shall we do an icebreaker?
So, what's your favorite song?
What are your guys' goals?
Right,
actually don't know
so
what
you
my
guys
goal is
need
yet.
to choose goals after you've heard that. So,
Well, actually, I guess my goal is I want that tome.
You're pretty easy.
Yep.
Pretty good dome.
I want to get paid.
Make Black Forest habitable again.
It needs to be more immediate.
Damn it.
Like within
Not-
this play session.
Get out of this fucking town.
it's too easy. It's gonna happen regardless.
I'm gonna go for Reach the Tomb.
Reach the-
That would be a good one.
It's not a tomb. It's a tome.
I thought it was a tome in the tomb.
No, it's in the keep of Al-Rukar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And yeah, it's
Which
like a
keep
magician's keep.
So Plague has a map, or Galen has a map, and it'll be fairly straightforward to get there.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna assume that you guys can get there without difficulty because of his map.
Spoilers. We're all gonna make it already.
Yeah. Well, that's not the
There's
important
no suspense
part.
now.
This is fairly introductory adventure.
I'm gonna make mine successfully find a trap with my 10-foot pole.
Ah, there we go. Perfect.
Living a little dangerously. Think I will be keep everyone well fed. Are you noticing a theme yet?
Talk about too easy.
Okay, Gordon Ramsay.
I want to gather
Oi, donkey.
enough
It's
valuable
raw.
material
This
to fill a
rat
sack.
is fucking raw.
It's raw! Just fucking eat it.
I don't know what my goal should be.
Something that you can accomplish in this play session that does have some difficulty attached. Like, don't get injured, maybe?
Protect my party members. Show that
give a
I'm the
shit.
best.
Keep Galwin alive.
Don't run screaming
Keep
from this
Galwin
town
the
that you hate.
Magnificent alive.
The
Magnificent magician.
Is that 'cause you do magic tricks, not real magic?
I think that's the implication. That'd be kind of funny if all I could do were cantrips. Stay back! I'm a conjurer of cheap tricks!
You need Oakley's
Now your
spell.
clothes are slightly dirty.
I don't know.
How about drive out any darkness from the keep or something like that?
Successfully
Defeat an enemy?
use your spell in a helpful
Kill an
way.
enemy. Capture an enemy.
There's some difficulty there.
I want to capture an enemy.
Capture an enemy. Okay.
That actually sounds cool.
All right. So after you perform an icebreaker at the inn. Plague informs you of the great adventure ahead, and you head to bed and get a good night's rest before you venture forth.
Why does Plague inform us?
Because he's the one who assembled your party. He's the one that found the keep, and he wants a party to go with him to. He
I
wants to
need
recover the
bodies. I mean, friends. Companions.
He needs someone to actually reach the tome because he's incapable of doing it himself.
There might be some traps. I need you to walk over them first. I mean,
We
find
heard we were the best 10-foot pullman in the land.
Okay, and so you venture forth into the deep woods in the east. After several hours, and the sun sets, and you venture forth, and it's all of a sudden you come to a clearing, and what you see is a very, very old keep, which appears to have sunk into the ground quite a bit, such that the only apparent entrance into the keep is a window into the middle of the keep. And it's very...
Well, that's what you get for building in a swamp.
Yeah, it's overgrown, yeah, very swamp-like, and you're at the keep.
How high is the window?
It's near ground level, such that it'd be fairly easy to climb through.
For human easy or also easy for half?
Easy for halflings as well. Assume that it's
Oh,
Throw you through the window.
fairly.
I mean, I
trivial.
could pole jump in there, but
Yeah, could you?
It's a bit of an angle.
Let's have Rinnick pull jump in.
Well,
it's
I
very
don't really see any
overgrown.
issue, so I'm going to approach the window.
Okay, you approach the window.
Is it dark?
And
Let us know what you see.
It's dim light. The sunlight is sort of illuminating parts of the room. But other
Oh,
than
what
that,
time of day is it?
So it's late afternoon. It's still light out, but it's fading quickly.
Okay.
I'm going to put my head through the window and have a look around inside.
So you look inside, and it's heavily vegetated. So after ages of sitting here, the local fauna or flora, I guess, have taken hold and root into the room. You see some old furnishings of the room, but without a closer inspection, you can't really determine what they are.
I'll beckon the rest of the party over and start climbing through.
Yeah, let's go in.
So
Poke everything with the tip of
as you guys enter the room, you could. It's much more aged than you originally thought. There's a very rotten bed frame in the center of the room, and you see some like a closet and a nightstand near it, and it's a very circular room because it's in the center of a keep. And you see stairways to both the left and right from you.
Hey, check that cabinet. Check that out. I point. To no one in
You
particular.
Take a few steps away.
Are we all in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're all in. So
Fine.
Poke it, so. You know you want
Let's
to
have a look.
So you guys gonna sort of case the room, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a look around, see if there's anything of value.
So why don't you roll? So you're just gonna like look around and stuff.
What are you paying us for?
is
this
that
fight?
using scout?
An adventure and whatever valuables we find. All I want is
Well, I
to
mean-
sell.
He's paying you an adventure.
Salvage. We
Great.
get salvage.
Well, yeah,
right?
you get the salvage, whatever we find, except for the tome. That's mine.
I mean, whichever's more applicable. Do we want to scavenge or scout? I could do either.
Scavenge, I
So
assume.
describe what you want to do, and then I'll determine which skill you should roll
Go
for.
through all the drawers and trinkets and all that.
Yeah.
Basically, turn the room over.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
I want to FBI raid this room.
Oh, that would be a good wise. Trinket wise. What do you think?
Oh, you haven't chosen a wise yet?
Yeah, I was still stumbling over that second one.
Yeah.
There you go, trinket. He
wise is
sees
good.
the big things.
I know
and
the
little
shinies.
things.
He's
Show me
basically
the
our
shiny
portable
things.
antique roadhouse.
Okay. Why don't whoever's gonna case the room roll for the scavenge skill, and if you don't have the scavenge skill, roll your health divided by 2 rounded up.
Does anybody have it?
I have
I have
two.
scavenge.
Okay. So the way it works is
One of you help the other.
the obstacle is 2, so you have to roll that many successes, which is 3 and up.
If you both have it, one of you can assist the other.
Yes. So
Is that where we
so
add a die?
someone,
I
yeah.
forget.
So someone choose to be the leader, and then anyone who wishes to help can give them 1 die out of to show that they're assisting. If you both
I'll help
if you
W.
both pass,
Do we have to have the skill to do that?
You can't do it with beginner's luck, can you?
no,
No,
you
you can't.
can't do it with beginner's luck. But if you have a related wise or trait, you can, or you can use
Okay.
nature to help if you have a related nature.
I have nature.
So you should have
D-
some sort of description of your nature.
There are 3 descriptors for every nature that you note just underneath the nature thing.
Wait,
in
shit, I can't remember what my nature was.
Page 14, probably.
Elf has
Nature
singing,
has
remembering, and hiding.
Stinging. Oh, singing. That makes a lot more sense. Singing, remembering, hiding.
Those are yours because you're an elf.
I guess remembering would be the best for me. So I guess I wouldn't be able to help.
Probably not. So
But I will
I'm sure
help
we got
W.
enough people
Okay.
that can help.
all right. So W roll 3d6 for obstacle 2.
All right. Let me just figure out how to do that again. Okay.
So you got 3 successes. So you scavenge through, you open up the cabinets and all the drawers, and they're very empty, or whatever exists there is of little worth. The vegetation has either taken hold or root and destroyed it, or it's just been disintegrated through the ages. But when you look under the bed frame, you see a small, what looks to be like a jewelry box covered in moss and fungi, as with everything else under the bed frame.
I found something. I give it a shake.
Ooh.
So, roll an obstacle 4 health test.
Seriously.
Fool of a Duke.
Yeah. So roll your health. You need to get obstacle 4. What's your starting health?
Health 3. I think that I might be in trouble for that
So
one.
go ahead and roll. So you got 2 successes. So your margin of failure, because you're obstacle 4 and you roll 2 successes, is 2. So as you shook the box, what you did is agitate the fungi on it, and they released sleeping spores, and you fall asleep, clutching the box.
I cover my mouth with the edge of my robe.
Ah! Gasp! So W, you have fallen into a deep, deep sleep from these
I'm
these
pretty
fungi.
comfortable right now. This adventure's working out.
That's what the 10-foot pole is for, you guys.
Well, I did shake it. Was there any rattling? Not that I could hear it in
Hey,
my
Sal,
sleep.
open
You
that
didn't
box.
hear any rattling.
God damn
No, wait.
halflings.
Wait, Rinnick. The other
I
other halfling.
want to poke W with the stick.
I don't know the other halfling's name. Other halfling. Open that box.
It's Rinnick. It's Martin.
Martin.
I'm whatever. The wizard doesn't care.
What does the
I'm just like
wizard want me to
halfling.
do?
Open that box. Examine that box.
This is a situation where I'm probably going to, on instinct, disagree with Plague. I should open the box.
Okay.
And instead, just start poking it while he's talking to me with a stick. The 10-foot pole. I mean, that's using the quick-witted trait, just to, without thinking, I just start poking it.
Yeah, you poke it, nothing seems to happen. It seems the fungi have released all their spores into W's carcass. Or, I'm sorry, sleeping body.
I'm not dead yet.
And my instinct is, fungus is not edible.
I guess I'll drag W away, or sorry, Otis away from. Was it Otis? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drag Otis away from the box.
Okay.
And start slapping him about. See if I can bring him around.
Okay, yeah, so after several hard slaps, he comes to, and he awakens, and he's feeling very groggy. So W, you gain the exhausted condition.
What did we learn?
Never listen to the wizard.
Don't
It ain't
breathe.
Christmas.
No, that was not the lesson. The lesson was don't shake boxes.
Let's almost poke more
It's a
things
very
with
specific
poles.
lesson, but I will remember it.
Good. I'm glad. Now let's see what's in that box.
Somebody else do it. I'm about
I could-
boxed out.
Why can't you?
Is it a weak enough structure that I could just smash it open with a stick or the pole?
No, it looks fairly reinforced with steel casings around it.
Aren't halflings supposed to be infamous burglars? Surely you have some way of opening the box.
Yeah, burglar.
Well, I can open a box. I was just seeing if there's other ways to open a box first. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and open the box.
So it's locked. Do you want to attempt to?
I will use my lockwise wise.
I think
I will
that's
use
just
the
for
I am
assisting
wise.
someone else's role.
So you need to choose a skill first to unlock it.
Oh no, wait, sorry.
So
the I am wise
the
is for other
criminal
people.
skill. Do you have the criminal skill?
I do. I have three. Level 3
Okay,
criminal.
you have 3 criminal. Okay, and then you wanted to use a wise for that.
Well, I have lockwise, but I don't know. I don't have any fate points. I don't have any persona points,
Okay,
and I don't think it is the I am wise one. Do I use that for myself, or is that only when I'm helping people?
well it depends. There's 3 ways to use. Well,
Made by your friend, ally, or creature.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
for your friends, I think.
So I won't use it for now.
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and use
So you're
criminal.
just gonna go ahead and use criminal. So it's gonna be an obstacle 2 lock.
Nick, didn't you say you had thieves' tools?
I do have these tools, so I forgot about that. So that's a +1, I think, isn't it?
Is
One
it-
extra dice.
So is it +1D or is it +1 success?
Let me see. Thieves' tools provide +1D to criminal tests to pick locks.
Okay, so you get to roll 4 dice.
And I think that's all, unless someone else who has criminal and wants to help.
Yeah, if someone wants to help or.
Oh, I have criminal. I'll assist.
Okay, so that's another die. So that's 5 dice.
I think
that's
you should
probably
get it
good
by
enough.
that point.
Yeah, so you need to. So the way Torchbearer works is that usually what happens is you need to physically describe what your character is doing, and W, you need to describe how you're going to help. In terms of the story.
Well, I'm assuming here that the thieves' tools, there are multiple tools. I'll help hold them in.
Okay.
Pointers.
While I'm holding the tumbler itself
Yeah,
and trying to.
he's doing the mechanical
fire
action.
points.
I'm help holding in something.
So the.
He's holding the
twisting
box
something.
in a helpful way.
Okay, so the other thing is that W is exhausted. So we need. I don't. That may modify the test if he tries to do something.
It's a factor in all tests
Yes.
except resources, circles, and recovery.
Correct. So, it'll be an obstacle 3 test.
Also, I'm fresh, so I get 1D. I don't even need double use help.
Okay. All right. So
Just in case his exhaustion's gonna.
Forgot
Okay.
about fresh
Make
for the
things
health
worse.
test, but I would still have failed because I didn't have enough dice.
Yeah, so I get 6 right because I have fresh, thieves' tools, 3 criminal.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I get 5. I get 5
okay,
without double
yeah.
use help.
So go ahead and just roll. So obstacle 2. So you get 4 successes.
3 success.
So
Oh yeah, it's 3-4.
Yeah. So you pop the box and you find jewelry inside of it.
I show it to W.
So, let's see here.
Or I guess I would still do something with it if I wanted to use his trinket wise, because that way he doesn't need a point to use.
Yeah, I can only assist. Yeah, I can assist someone else doing
If
stuff.
I can trust him not to to screw things up by being
not to
disoriented. Not to eat it, or it's probably worse. I'm tired.
So jewelry
we can appraise this later.
Jewelry takes up worn 1, so a head, neck, or hand.
I'll just throw it on my neck. Why not? What should we call
again?
this
I'm just like,
necklace?
oh. Don't forget this was a wizard's
decapitating or
keep.
something?
I'm quick-witted. I'm just tossing the thing on.
This looks pretty good. Let's leave the tower now.
Okay.
Let's go back home.
Good
Yeah,
amount
this
of money.
looks like the tome.
This looks like a good amount of money.
But there's much more.
Well, someone stuff it. I've got a couple of sacks if we want to carry it with us.
No, I can. I
He
literally
already
have
has
nothing
it
on my
around
neck.
his neck.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
you already.
We can figure out what it is later.
All of a sudden, he gets crippling diarrhea.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he turns into a woman.
What is it with you and dysentery?
Let's see here. And it happens to be a necklace, and its value is worth 3.
So I feel like I'm more valuable now, I guess.
And it's a worn one, so it goes around your neck. If you were to wear it.
See, your confidence goes up by
A
2.
necklace goes around a neck?
It's like a choker. It's very old. Maybe has a jewel inside of it.
I hope you enjoy that
Fascinating.
necklace. I took a long nap for that.
But yeah, so yeah, now I'm just wearing it.
I say we go down the left stairs. 'Cause
Agreed.
I always go down the left stairs in video games.
Good. Left
It's a
always.
video game.
Okay, so the left stairs go down.
Downward.
So downward. So
It'll probably be dark down there because we're already at the ground level, so to speak.
I
you're
have
in,
a
you're
torch.
in dim light right now.
You know, I don't know about going down first. There could be a lot of down, and we know how much up there is.
Let's.
Well, I'll say one thing. The sun is currently out, so places with the windows still exposed, we might want to check those out first.
Upstairs we go.
We get halfway downstairs and we're just like, fuck 'em up.
Okay. So you go up the stairs, spiral around, and as you walk up, it's much darker. It's actually completely dark inside there.
Your thesis was incorrect.
So
Well, we do
Jesus,
have
goddamn
torches
wizards.
and lanterns, and we're gonna
And
be fine.
someone with magic power.
I do have my dance of fireflies.
I'm gonna strike.
whip out the lantern.
I'm gonna
Flask
light a
of oil.
torch.
Okay,
Which
so
should be enough for
torches
the lantern and
provide
a torch should be.
full light for 2 people, and dim light for an additional 2 people. So that means one person's still going to be in the dark,
But W said he.
and they last.
Otis
2
said he was going to get a
turns.
lantern out.
I got my lantern.
Okay. Do you have a flask of oil for fuel?
I have multiple flasks. Yes,
Okay.
I'll use one.
And that provides light for 3 people. So you are all in full light. And as you strike open the torches and the lanterns, you see a very, very large telescope in the center of the room that exits through the dome of the top of the keep. Around you, you see various, old scratches of paper and workbenches with odd scientific or magical arcane.
Ah, fascinating.
So the top is open.
It is closed. If you look up, you think there may be an addict above you.
I go over to one of the tables with all the notes and scribblings or whatever, and I sort of quickly sift through them to see if I can see anything of arcane value.
So it's.
I'm. Sorry.
Continue.
I was going to say I'm going to examine the telescope because I've never seen one before.
Yeah. So, it is extremely old. Actually, no one's seen a telescope since the age of the first men. So it's been quite a long time. The technology to construct such devices was lost long ago. Similar trinkets around you, Plague, you notice that they are of similar age and quality. You recognize some, you see others that are foreign to you, and you don't really know what their meanings are.
I have a feeling.
As you look around... Continue, W.
No, go ahead. It's not my bad.
Okay. Plague, as you look around on one of the work tables, you see what appears to be a leather folio, which contains various sheets inside of it.
Well, that's got to be a tome. Obviously. What else can it be?
I sort of... I approach it carefully. I don't touch it. I sort of reach my hands out. I'm just sort of examining it, looking around it before I actually lay hands on it.
So
do I see or sense anything unusual?
It's well worn, but it looks fairly straightforward. Some of the edges are falling apart, and the binding looks a bit suspect, but other than that, it looks normal to you.
Can I use my Arcanist ability to see if I sense any sort of magical power in this room or coming off it or something like that? Is that how that works?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and... Why don't you roll your arcane skill?
Do you need me to help, Plague?
If you want to. Alright, I'm rolling 5. My Arcanist is 4, and then because I'm fresh, so I'm rolling 5 dice.
So you're going to be sort of sensing for any sort of wizardly field or other arcane magical effects active?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you don't really sense anything out of the ordinary. Whatever power once existed here has been long dead for a while.
Okay. I gingerly open the folio.
Okay.
Like with my fingertips, I'm like, eh.
So it looks to be sort of hand scribbled notes, in the language of the first men.
Can I read that?
Do you have a scholarly skill?
Yes.
Okay, so it will be an obstacle 1 scholar skill test to translate.
A baby could read this.
How does 6s work? You get a bonus roll for those?
Yeah, so you can re-roll them if you
I
roll a
see.
6, but you...
Don't you have to spend either a fate or a persona point for that?
Yeah.
It's a
I
fate
think so,
point.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so you pass and you're able to successfully translate the documents, and they, in fact, turn out to be the journal notes of Al-Rukar. And
I am beside myself with excitement.
I have several pages for you if you wish to read them.
Absolutely.
I will post them in chat. And why don't you read them out loud? I will present them in page order. I just need to open up the document.
Do we see the wizard's...
Oh, I'd just like to
Boner.
remind everyone that if you succeed at a skill test, to mark down that you've succeeded, or if you failed.
Yeah, pass or fail, you should mark it down.
Same goes for will, health, nature, and such.
Is everyone clear on their skill advancement? Like how you level up skill?
That's how you level up skill.
If your pass reaches the current skill level, like say I have Manipulator 3, if I reach 3 passes in my Manipulator, it becomes Manipulator 4.
You have
Or
to
if
reach...
you get
no, you have to
one
reach
less
both.
than that number and fails, so you have to reach both?
Yes,
You
you have
need-
to reach both.
You need a certain number.
Oh,
You
okay.
need passes
Yeah, you need
equal to the
both.
skill level and fails equal to the skill level -1.
That's okay, yeah, there's an and, not an or. Okay, cool.
And also, if you don't have a skill, but you wish to gain a skill, you can use beginner's luck, and whether you pass or fail, that'll progress towards learning the actual skill. So beginner's luck is rolling either your health or will, plus any modifiers divided by 2 for any test. Alright, Plague, here's the first page.
Let's see. I just read aloud, not to anyone in particular, just like I'm compelled to read aloud. All those years of effort have finally paid off. The tome is finally in my hands. What wonderful joy this has brought me that I almost forgot her passing. Uh-oh. Curious, though. My translation must be suspect, as the ritual describes the summoning of a foul... I stop reading. Out loud.
Okay.
Summoning of a bird?
Here's
Like a duck?
Here's the second page, which is of a later date. Hold on. So So this is page 2. Several months later, you've determined.
Paid for the services rendered by that disgusting sewer rat. Julio shall be reunited soon. Yes, the stars have almost aligned to the correct configuration. Soon. That's ominous.
Okay, and the final page.
Let's see. Oh, this is the last page. I spent last night preparing the cave beneath the tower for the ritual. Torel finally proved his usefulness once I spilled... Uh-oh. This is boring. You guys don't want to read this.
I'm not actually listening. I'm kind of poking this weird giant object in the middle of the room, seeing if there's anything easily removable and valuable.
I have a feeling it'd be valuable to the right person.
So
I'm assuming it's freaking huge, but
telescope.
Martin is growing impatient with plague, just dealing with paper and not enough loot.
There's still an attic we can check out.
So would you like to try to determine if there's anything useful you can sell from the telescope?
I would. Yes, I would.
Specifically, how would you like to do that?
I'm kind of looking for any... I'm assuming this telescope is pretty big.
Yeah,
size.
it's quite large actually.
Yeah.
There's a huge, almost 2-meter diameter portion which sticks out of the wall, and it successfully goes through a series of smaller and smaller tubes, which eventually end at a chair in the middle of the room.
So I'm looking kind of along the surface of the telescope, looking for anything that looks like it might be easy to remove and good to sell.
Could be jeweled.
Or
you know, those crazy mages love jewels.
Bronzed or whatever.
I mean, those sane, very nice magicians.
Do you have a haggler skill or some sort of similar?
I do have a haggler skill.
Okay, why don't you roll that for obstacle 4? You have 1d6. Okay, so you see...
Oh, sorry, no, that's... Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It just rolled that.
Yeah, so
that's 3 for haggler plus 1 for fresh.
So as you're looking through, you think you see a clear sheet of what happens to be some sort of invisible material, and you try to extract it, but you drop it and it shatters. Must have been the last lens of a very rare commodity in these days. And that is the end of the 4th turn, so you guys are all starting to feel a bit hungry and thirsty at this point. Been adventuring for a while, looking around, reading.
I am feeling a bit peckish.
Well, let's explore the attic first, and
hungry.
then break for lunch.
Be
Hit
dinner
the
this
addict with the 10-foot pole, like a angry roommate with a broom.
Yeah.
So are we saying there's an attic or there's an addict?
So attic.
Attic.
Because all I'm hearing is addict.
Attic.
Yeah, there's some meth head upstairs. Fucking
Attic.
That's why we're using the 10-foot pole.
I mean, I could poke it, the ceiling.
Poke it?
With, like, scout ability.
So there's a ladder
I don't know if
in the
that's a
edge
good
of the
idea.
room that
Poke it!
leads up to what appears to be some sort of like trap door type door on hinges that you sort of flop over.
Let me guess, it's like a 12-foot room?
No, you can
Well-
you can sort of knock at the door.
Well, why not? Would be polite. I'll knock at the door.
With the pole, right?
With the pole, obviously. I'm not that tall.
Okay, so you knock at the door. Nothing really happens.
Didn't hear anything unusual.
Why don't you roll like a hunter test? Or
Okay.
Anyone in the room who
I-
wishes to listen, roll a hunter test.
I have 2 in Hunter.
Okay.
I got a 3 in Hunter.
Well,
So,
Night Cell should.
So
Is everyone rolling, or are we assisting
no,
somebody
so
else?
choose someone to listen, and then you can assist them.
who has
Riddick's probably
3?
closest.
I got a 3.
I will help Cell listen.
I hope so, too. So what do we do for helping?
So just
Page
plus
he
1D,
gets
isn't it?
plus 1d.
So is that an extra 2 because there's 2 helping, or is it only 1 person helps?
It's +2, so for each person that helps.
Okay, so we're no longer fresh, so it's 5.
So
Yikes.
you hear what appears to be sort of flapping sounds up above, and your knowledge tells you that something's not right. So you guys, the 3 of you, become afraid from what you hear.
It's a pterodactyl.
So you all gain the afraid condition.
Wow, we shouldn't have done that.
I told you that was a bad
Probably.
idea. The wizard.
We
what
probably
did the
would have
wizard
had-
say?
We probably would have had our heads fucking chopped off when someone came up.
No, don't be afraid.
I can't help
What'd you
anymore.
guys hear?
Shit.
Don't know, it sounds something big and flappy.
Like flapping,
Nails on blackboard, I'm guessing.
like birds.
Big and flappy.
So like birds, it's obviously a nest of birds or something. Come on,
I'm afraid.
don't be afraid.
I don't know about that.
I'm not going up there.
Going by my rather careless nature, and bolstered slightly by Gelwin the Magnificent's
Magician.
Magician's words, I'm gonna very cautiously open the... Not very cautiously. I'm gonna open the hatch and kind of wave my torch about and see if it disturbs anything.
Okay, so as you climb up,
I brace
and
myself.
You open the door, and you wave around. You look up and see a nest of giant bats roosting in the attic.
That was
And they
close.
appear to,
Is that
they
unusual
appear to be
behavior for a bat?
agitated.
Agitated.
Almost as if
Yeah,
something woke
I
them
bet they
up.
would be.
Something
Should I
woke
hit
them
them
up.
with the pole?
I don't know if that would help.
I mean, I might catch them unaware.
Why don't you throw like a torch up there? Will that make them like go
They're
into a
blind.
corner?
So you guys,
Bats aren't
make them go
actually
into a
blind.
rage.
so here's the thing: you guys
That's a myth.
can attempt to engage them to drive them off. So this is what's called a conflict. So if you guys are going to actively engage these creatures, you have several options. A conflict, when you're engaging with any sort of NPC or creature, can be either banish, capture, convince the crowd, drive off, kill, pursue or flee, trick or riddle, or something other, which you guys can describe. And each of these different types of conflicts has a different skill roll that you want to do in order to roll for your initial disposition, which is essentially how much HP you have for that conflict that's split among you. So depending upon what you want to do with these creatures, you can engage in whatever conflict you want. You want to try to kill them, you want to try to drive them off, whatever.
I want to engage them in a battle of riddles.
And you can't riddle with bats.
Do we want to go up into the attic?
I'm kind of okay with
I'm
shooting
not-
them with the 10-foot pole.
I'm not-
Did you
Can
see
we-
anything
I'm
else
not feeling
up there,
good about
so-
Can
that.
we just do a quick like torch kind of wave at the door to see if there's anything in there
I'm
worth?
sure there's valuables.
Shut up, wizard.
Well, why don't you go up there?
So Cell is too focused on the bats in order to focus on looking for loot. He's focused on the imminent danger in front of him. Sort of tunnel.
Can I-
I would assume
Okay,
you want to drop
okay.
them off.
Can I do Dance of Fireflies towards them to make them think that fire's like coming at them?
Sure, you can try to do that. Yeah. So
Okay.
go ahead and cast your spell. So we need. I don't know the specific rules on casting spells. Hold on.
I don't either.
So there's like a target number, and you roll your Arcanist against that.
So I need to come up with an obstacle for you, I suppose, right?
The factors are the number of lights and the duration, 2 turns free. I don't know what the base obstacle is though.
So Dance of the Fireflies. Okay. And how many lights do you want to do?
How many bats do we think there are?
Just a second here.
How big are the lights I'm sending out?
They're like small candles size. They provide enough light for a candle.
Say like 5?
5? You can go up to 4.
4.
4 lights, okay.
And I want them to just like shoot at them.
There are 6 bats. Okay. I think... So, I think we're actually gonna... the way it works is you actually go into a drive-off conflict. Which means that Oakley will be the conflict leader. And so what you need to do is that... Here's how it works, so... Each team's strength in a conflict is represented by a score called deposition. You attack your opponent to deplete their deposition as the conflict plays out. If you reduce your opponent to 0 deposition, you win. To generate your team's deposition, roll the appropriate listed ability and add the successes to the rank of the listed base ability. So the appropriate deposition for drive off is the fighter one, and you add that to the health ability to get your total deposition. So whoever's the leader. So you guys need to pick a leader.
Well, didn't you say it was me because I'm initiating it?
Well, it's whoever you guys get to choose.
Who's the best fighter?
I've got
my total would
you,
be
Oakley.
6.
I've got
I only...
fighter 4 and health 5, so...
I have shit fighter.
Yeah, I'm only 3 and 3.
I have no
Fighter 4 and
fighter.
health 5. That's pretty good.
Who's 6?
No, that was total 6. 3 and 3.
Oh. Well, one of you 3 guys do it.
Excel.
Yeah, Cell sounds like the one.
You are human.
So it's
Human.
so it's roll fighter and add health, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So 19.
Okay, and hold on just a sec.
I think he means
It's just
add
the number of
5
successes.
dice.
So you add 3 successes to 5, which is 8.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, if any member of your team is hungry or thirsty, subtract 1. So you're at 7.
All hungry and thirsty.
It's 1 per unique... It's one per
No,
unique
just
condition,
1
isn't it?
total. So if anyone, just once. You just subtract
Oh,
1.
okay.
So you're at 7.
Thank God.
And if anyone is exhausted, you subtract 1.
Yep, so 6.
WS, yeah.
So you guys are at
And-
6. So I need to consult the monster list here and figure out what they're just... Theirs is 5. And they have no weapons to drive off. Okay.
How many bats are there?
There's 6. So that means one of them immediately flies away when he sees Cell pop in with his torch. So the way it works is that you're going to assign 1 dice to each member of your party for the number of deposition you have. So if you have 5, that means each member gets 1 dice.
And Oakley gets a spare.
You guys should have 5 total, right? So that just means everyone gets 1.
Do we not have... I thought we were at 6.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
we have 5
sorry,
people.
6, yeah.
Yeah, we have
No,
6
we've got 5
people,
people, but 6
Yeah,
disposition.
okay, yeah. So whoever you
So-
want to get, Cell, whoever you want to give the extra, yeah.
Well, Oakley had the spell thing, so Oakley will get the spare.
Actually, another bat flies off as well. So there's only 4 bats remaining.
I feel so heroic.
Already beaten 2
Okay,
bats.
so
We're kind of badass. I'm just gonna
if
say.
you have a team of more than 3 characters, then only 3 of you will take action this round. So each round consists of 3 different actions. The others can help you. They'll get a chance to take an action next round, unless conditions arise as described in the actions for Fallen. And when helping, players must describe their actions in line with the action being played by the conflict captain. This PDF, it's so difficult to maneuver because I keep...
You need to just print it out.
Yeah.
All 200 pages.
All 200 pages.
Want to guys Kickstarter for that?
I've got a lantern lit. That might scare him off. Somebody else has a torch. And we got the guy casting Dance to the fireflies. I think that's 3 actions right there.
Okay.
Can I help him cast a spell?
Yeah, you can actually.
Ah, good. That's all I can do.
Yeah. So before the start of the round, all players declare what weapon they're using, including spells, prayers, and shields. And I announce what weapons my critters are using. So each team chooses 3 actions from the following list in advance: attack, defend, feint, and maneuver. So each action has a different effect on how you test, and each action interacts with other actions in a different way. So page 70 on the PDF. What's important is that you choose a set of 3 and then reveal them one at a time. So once each action is revealed, describe what your character is doing, including helping, and then make the appropriate test. So here's how it works. So each conflict captain privately chooses the 3 actions in order and assign it to a player for the round. Once everyone is picked, the GM says action 1, and then everyone reveals their first action. I say action 1, and then I reveal my first action, then you guys reveal your first action. We resolve them according to descriptions on the interaction chart, and then we do 2 and 3. And then what we do is, if it's not resolved, we then do another round of conflict until one disposition is down to 0.
How does spellcasting work in combat? Because with the basic skills for drive off being fight and will, how would spellcasting affect combat? Because obviously, if you're gonna attack or feint, then you can't use fight or fighter. Maybe
well,
you can.
certain offensive spells actually replaced your fighter score. It's like
okay.
I have Eldritch, whatever the shit. I used the result of that as what would be my fighter pool.
So that means if you were, say, to use Eldritch Darts for an attack phase, you'd use that instead of your fighter skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how that works.
Sure. Let's say, Oakley, that you can use the Dance of the Fireflies for a maneuver.
I was thinking banish.
Oh, well, it's a drive-off conflict.
Banish is a different type of conflict.
So you guys are trying to drive off
the
bats.
That's what you do against demons or something.
Yeah, demons and ghosts.
So let's say you can use it for drive off for a maneuver. You can trick them to think that your party's maneuvering in one direction, whereas it's actually doing something else. Or I guess a feint. Which that's probably more like a feint, I guess. So that means, Cell, you need to choose the first 3 actions, and I'll choose my actions.
Yep.
I'll mute myself, so I won't hear you.
Okay, so I'm intending to start
I guess
off with...
poke me when you guys are done.
Alright. Start off with a maneuver from Oakley, an attack from me, and a feint from... Who's got the best fighter?
I have 3.
And a feint from Rinnick. Because each action is opposed by another. If one of us feints and the enemy defends, then...
They're screwing themselves, basically?
Yeah. Or if you feint and the enemy attacks, we have disadvantage, basically. So it's kind of rock, paper, scissors, something. A 4-way kind of thing. So, start
Feint
off with...
beats defend.
Sorry?
I was saying,
Feint
beats defend.
Yes, but it's weak to attack, kind of thing. So, start off with Oakley defend... Sorry, Oakley maneuver, or feint.
Maneuver.
Sorry, Oakley feint. I'll attack, and then Rinnick will feint.
Okay. Want me to poke him?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We're good.
action 1. I am doing a feint. So the bats flutter their wings and trick you into thinking that they're flying away, when actually they're flying towards you. What did you guys select for your first action?
Our first action, our elf is also going to faint.
Ah, okay.
With a spell to trick the enemy into thinking that they're being charged by fire.
So we're going to make a versus test. So the margin of success is subtracted from the loser's disposition. So I need to look to see. That's fighter for me. What is your skill or your whatever you're rolling for the Firefly spell?
I guess it'd be Arcanist. I don't know.
Arcanist. Do you know Plague?
Got no sound Plague.
I do not know.
How is it for
Would it
Eldritch
be
Darks? Like,
Arcanist?
how do you cast the spell for that?
If it works the same for Elf Rangers as it does Magicians, it's Arcanist.
Okay, yeah. I guess it's Arcanist then.
Alright, mine's 3.
Okay, let me find out.
For this first action, can I assist him on the casting of the spell?
I'm not sure. Why don't you take a look at the conflict things? I think you might be able to, so if you wish to help him, then yeah. I think
Helpers may only help if they have the ability or skill listed
yes.
for the current
yeah,
action.
so if
Yeah,
you have
that-
Arcanist, then yeah.
Yep. Boom.
How are you helping me? What are you
It gives you
doing?
an extra
I'm-
1d to your roll.
No,
I'm
saying,
instructing
like,
you how to
oh,
properly
well.
cast your spell.
Open this book!
Hold your fingers like so, and say the words as such.
Shut up! I already know it.
You're a natural, kid.
Very patronizing.
Trying to figure out what I need to roll here.
Seeing that he himself cannot even cast it, it's like,
He's never seen it before, and he's like, "You're a natural. It's great." Yeah.
Hey, I may not know this spell, but I know spells when I see them.
He knows magic.
Yep, that's a spell. I can feel it.
you gotta really feel the spell.
I'm magician-wise, so I know what I'm talking about.
See, I'm unsure how this works, so trying to
With
figure
2
out.
feints, there are
Yeah, so but I need to figure out what I roll, which would be some fighter skill, but I don't have a fighter skill as a monster. All I have
If
is
you run
a
it.
might and a nature with no weapons.
maybe you just roll it against, what is it, health?
Yeah, but I don't know. Do they have health? They don't even have health. So all they have listed is might and nature.
Maybe it's might.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
That's like the only number I can
Might-
think of
yeah.
that you've mentioned.
Yeah, I guess it is might. Okay, I'll roll that. Okay. So roll your Arcanist value.
This is just 3d6.
Plus 1 for Plague.
Plus one.
Oh,
for
plus
Plague,
one.
Yeah. And yeah, you're not exhausted or anything, right? You're just tired or just hungry and thirsty.
I'm afraid, apparently. Or am I still afraid, even
yeah,
though we
you
know
should
what's
still be
up there
afraid,
now?
yeah.
So what was that?
Well, you're not helping or using Beginner's Luck, so you're good.
So do I just do roll 3d6 plus 1?
No, he's adding 1 dice.
This is 46.
Oh, 1 dice. Okay. Damn.
Pretty respectable. Pretty respectable.
Then,
Had some good form
yeah.
there.
I tweedled my fingers correctly.
Then I roll. So I rolled 3 successes. What did you roll?
3.
Okay, so that's a tie. So I think for the tie.
It's on page
there you
64.
go. So do you have gear that grants you a +1? Can you use a trait? Or we make a tiebreaker roll. So remember, you can use a trait against you to break a tie and gain a check. If you have a trait you think would,
Up against me?
or like work against you.
What's the firstborn trait again? I don't even remember what that is.
So it means you're just like the firstborn son of the family.
That's the race.
Yeah.
It's the racial one, so it's elves.
I don't really have a trait that would work against me here.
Any gear?
I have a tinderbox that could light on fire.
No, probably not.
It's just
Did
it's
somebody
just a spell,
assist
right?
him?
Plague already did.
Well, if you have a relevant wise, you could assist him, but I don't think he must do.
Yeah, we don't have any fate or persona points or anything, so we can't use the wise thingies.
It's got to
Well,
be a
the I am
tiebreaker, I think.
wise.
Yeah, it
Is,
might just be a tiebreaker.
Yeah, it has to be a tiebreaker.
Okay, so you roll your will. So if the skill in the initial test versus the test, like initial, so if you use the skill in the initial tide versus test, use will or health to break the tie. So it's a mental test for you, so use will, and I roll my nature.
Okay, so is that 4d6 if my will's 4?
Mhm.
There we go.
4 pass. Or 4 success, I mean.
And I rolled 1 success. So you win, you win the test, so I'm not sure how much disposition I lose because of that.
Isn't it the margin of success in a versus?
Yeah, okay, so 3?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, why don't you describe your action, Oakley?
Alright, well so the bats are coming straight at us, and I do the spell
Mm-hmm.
that does the candle light, kind of I kind of envision them as like little candle orbs flying through the air.
Mm-hmm.
And they go like off to the left, and the bats that are coming straight for us like just veer off straight for
Yeah,
those.
so you drive off 3 of the bats. So it's down to 1.
Spectacular!
So what was your next action? Who's next?
I am taking the next action
Mhm.
with an attack action.
Okay, and
Oh.
I had a defend action.
Damn.
Okay, so it's a versus against defend. I have fight of 4, but I'm using a two-handed sword, which gives me -1d but +1 success, which is interesting.
It's always a
So-
bonus.
So +1 success is you gain +1 on any successful roll. So if you succeed, you succeed extra well.
I thought it was a straight success.
No, you have to succeed at the test first in order to get it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm 3d6.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
3 successes.
Damn, son.
I roll. Now I only had 1 success, which means you successfully drive me off. Describe your action.
So hang on, just to check that I've got my head around this.
Mhm.
The +1 success means that because I won that versus check,
You get
I get an extra success.
Yes.
So we had a margin of victory of margin of success by 3 instead of 2,
Yes,
which it would have been
correct.
without the right. Okay.
Mhm.
So after seeing 3 of the bats driven off by Oakley's dancing fireflies, I charge in behind them at the last remaining bat, swinging my sword and beating at it and shooing it away from the attic, trying to get it towards the window or the trapdoor or wherever
Right, and
the
the
exit is.
so the bat, seeing his friends fly off, sees a screaming warrior coming towards them, and runs away, or flies away rather through a gap in the attic. That's it. You guys won the conflict.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Didn't even.
Seems like a good time to scavenge our surroundings.
Yeah. And then we break for lunch.
Yeah, we got a whole new attic to check out.
More things to poke with this 10-foot
Yes.
pole.
Don't shake anything. Don't
We've
touch
learned
anything.
our
Hey,
lesson.
you guys, Alright, you guys, I think we're good up here. You can all come up now. Because, you were all waiting below on the ladder.
Well, you charged right up second, so we were right behind you.
Okay, so
we're all supporting you.
So one more thing. So after the conflict's over, we need to figure out how it resolved itself. So there's a way to compromise. So if you lost but you took points off your opponent's disposition, you don't come away empty-handed. You compromise with your opponent. So compromises are like twists, but in this case they are the result of the whole conflict, not just a failed roll. Players get to introduce compromises as well, not just the GM.
But we won.
Yeah, so there's a minor compromise. So if the winner...
Well, we didn't take any losses, though.
Okay, so if the winner lost less than half the disposition... So, let's see here. You guys didn't lose anything, right?
Right.
So, I think you're good. Yeah, you guys come away clean. Alright. Cool.
Sweet. Thank God we kicked those bats' asses.
Drove him right off.
Good job.
Oh, thanks, wizard. Good job in helping.
Okay.
You seem awfully complainy. I've given you a job.
Job for no pay.
We've already found riches. We're bound to find more.
Rennick's got something around
We'll
his
see.
neck. I mean,
Mine.
Martin does. Well, let's check out this attic.
Yes, now we're cased in the attic, looking for valuable things.
Okay, why don't someone roll a scout test to look around?
I have scout too. What do you guys have?
Nothing.
I will scout.
2.
Screw it, I'm scouting.
Okay, what are you gonna roll?
Help him.
So is Oakley helping?
Sure.
Oh,
he
wait, I
wants
do
to.
have scout.
Both of you help him.
Yeah, but you're still asleep.
I'll also help.
Half asleep.
Now remember, if you help, you are susceptible like before when we all got afraid because we were helping. So you may, if something goes badly, get more bad things happen to you.
Nothing's gonna
Also,
happen.
if you're
alright.
afraid, you can't help. So
Oh, I can't.
Oh, that's
help.
right. Yeah, neither
I'll
of you can help
help.
me.
Oh, we're still scared.
Or are you not
But
afraid?
we killed the
W?
thing.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah,
Alright,
are we
sweet.
still afraid even though we
But
killed
W's
him?
still half asleep from exhausted.
I don't know if that works on people I'm assisting. I think it's only for me.
It's
I don't know how you would factor in if he's only offering 1 die.
factor in all tests. Doesn't say anything about helping.
yeah, I think it's okay if you help, but if you're the one initiating, then you take the penalty.
I mean, you're obviously not doing much if you're helping. You're just like small little effort.
Kicking boxes over.
Moral support.
So is that 3? My 2 plus W's 1?
Yes, go ahead and roll. It's an obstacle 1. You passed.
Got 2.
So you guys look around after digging through the boxes and the bat droppings. You find a
Guano?
yeah, guano. Exactly. You find a small brass key.
I say I got this, guys, and I poked the brass key with the 10-foot pole.
Excellent.
Wouldn't it be ironic if the key opened up the box that we already opened?
That would be amazing. Also, I bite on it. It is not edible.
But you do have the taste of bat droppings on your tongue now. Most delicious.
Also not edible.
Well.
Although flammable.
Oh, yes.
I don't have any room for a key, so I just kind of look at everyone else.
I could hold it in a hand.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
So other than the key, you see nothing really of worth other than some old boxes which are mostly falling apart.
Let's break for lunch.
All right. Let's not do it in this guano-infested area. Let's go back downstairs, and then we can break for lunch.
Agreed.
Fantastic.
Sounds good to me.
So is cooking this like its own mini game?
No. So here, if you guys just want to eat, you just eat your rations if you want. If you have available rations.
Does that get rid of afraid?
No, but drinking
does
your
not
wine
get
does,
rid of
or it gives
afraid,
you
but
a bonus
yeah.
to your test.
Give you a dice to get. Yeah. How do we
Can't
initiate
take
getting
a
rid of
test
afraid?
yet.
You have to do it
I
at
could
camp.
cook something for you.
Yeah. So you guys can either set up camp, or which is its own mini game, or you guys can just eat your rations and continue on.
I don't think we need to set up camp.
No, I can get rid of. Now, hungry and thirsty. If you eat, do you get rid of both, or do you have to drink and
It
eat?
says
You
you
get
can
rid
eat
of-
or drink.
Yeah, you eat or drink to get rid of both.
Okay, yeah, I'm changing the ration.
Yeah, I'm going to eat a ration as well.
I'm sipping
Not
from my
right
wine.
now, I'll just eat a ration.
Okay, so
How many fresh rations does everyone have, by the way?
I had 3 preserved total, and I have 2 now.
I just
I
had
have
one.
one preserved ration.
Because cooks
Okay,
can
but-
stretch a fresh ration to feed the party.
Also, they didn't say it in the list, but when it was described later on, preserved has it's 3 per item slot, and fresh was 2 per item slot.
Yeah.
So if you chose fresh rations, you actually have 2 helpings.
If you have fresh, you might want to hold on to those.
Yeah,
You could eat
I've
some of my
got
preserved.
2 fresh, and I'm eating a preserved.
Good, good,
I
good.
assume preserved. I don't have any more ration though.
Wait,
you
why
have,
not?
You have 3.
A preserved ration is like 3 in one slot.
Oh.
So
You have
yeah.
2 left.
So now you
I
got
have
2.
Ah.
So
So you're now
guys-
conditionless?
you are now conditionless. Yes,
Okay.
you're not fresh.
Okay,
Unless
so
you
fresh
have-
is only like when you start.
Fresh
right
is
off.
after you leave town or you sleep for a while.
If you're afraid or exhausted, you are still afraid or exhausted.
Yeah.
So you guys,
I don't know what chumps would be afraid or exhausted.
so you guys are still in the observatory now.
Well, let's head downward.
I think we've explored everything there is up.
So we head down and break for tonight.
Okay.
We might as well have set up camp then.
No, I mean not like break. I mean like
Break.
Leave the game.
Break. Game
Okay.
break. Okay.
escape.
break.
exit game.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So you guys end just venturing down into the next room under the keep. Cool.
Sounds good to me.
End recording.
End record.